Wrong is wrong. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark disrespect addressed by Lexie Brown over podcast comments. Chicago Sky star Angel Reese had been the subject of unfiltered and controversial comments from former Atlanta Hawks point guard Jeff Teague. Caitlin Clark and the whole WNBA were also the subject of explicit takes of Teague and his team. This did not sit well with other league players, including Las Vegas Aces guard Lexie Brown. Brown, through her X account, expressed her views on the controversial takes thrown the way of Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and the whole WNBA. She calls it wrong, not only because women were the topic of the discussion, but rather because the comments were foul, regardless of the gender of the target person. Jeff Teague, in one of the episodes of the Club 520 podcast, made a remark that Caitlin Clark would be beaten easily by Bronny James and would not even be able to score a point against the Lakers rookie. His co-host, Charleston White, made remarks about Angel Reese, saying she should start an OnlyFans, Celp ******, and dunk in lingerie. Jeff Teague, Club 520, called out for blatant disrespect for Angel Reese, the NBA. Commentators, fellow players, and broadcasters alike called out the Club 520 podcast group for their unfiltered comments towards women athletes, in particular Angel Reese, and their sexually explicit suggestions. Emmy-nominated sportscaster Chris Williamson shared his thoughts on the matter through X, citing Teague's history of misogynistic comments towards the WNBA even in the past. Teague has been talking nasty about the W riddled with misogyny ever since the 2024 WNBA season began. And it wasn't just the blatant disrespect for Angel either, Williamson said. We peeped that trifling crap they said about Brittany Griner too. Talking about, yeah, I wished her ass stayed in that Russian jail 'cause of that pool pic. A whole bunch of pathetic excuses for men. And it wasn't just the blatant disrespect for Angel either. We peeped that trifling crap they said about Brittany Griner too. Talking about, yeah, I wished her ass stayed in that Russian jail 'cause of that pool pic. Whole bunch of pathetic excuses for men. Las Vegas Aces point guard Sydney Colson also expressed her disappointment to the group and their take on the WNBA. So far, neither Angel Reese nor Caitlin Clark have yet to comment on the controversial takes of Teague and his podcast team. Follow us on Twitter at @ChicitySports23 for more great content. We appreciate you taking time to read our articles. To interact more with our community and keep up to date on the latest in Chicago sports news, join our free FACEBO by CLICKIing here. Ex-NBA star faces backlash after explicit remarks about Angel Reese and WNBA. Former WNBA champion Cindy Colson has jumped to Angel Reese's defense and criticized former NBA champion and All-Star Jeff Teague after he and Charleston White had sexualized the 22-year-old while speaking about her dunking in lingerie. In an episode of the Club 520 podcast of former NBA guard Teague, guest and influencer White, the latter made the lewd comments while going to suggest that Reese should start an OnlyFans account. Colson, like many fans, had jumped to call out White for sexualizing Reese as well as T for posting the podcast. She wrote on X, "Having an ignorant-ass sexist on, and then actually dropping the episode, and then wanting to collab with the W is crazy work now." Caitlin Clark's concern comes to light as coach admits having conversations with Fever star. Caitlin Clark has already made her feelings clear on Jan Jensen as Iowa loses 2 of 3. Their remarks had stemmed from Shaquille O'Neal's bizarre comments when speaking to Reese on her Unapologetically Angel show. O'Neal was accused of making creepy comment to Reese while seemingly making the WNBA rookie feel uncomfortable as he discussed her dunking in short shorts. O'Neal said, "Imagine you in the same little shorts you had on at the Wild 'N Out show dunking. You know how many t-shirts you're gonna sell? You're tripping." "What?" "Them same little shorts you had on at Wild 'N Out. You're not beautiful or good-looking. You are gorgeous. There's a lot of gorgeous women in the WNBA." But White had taken it much further on Teague's podcast, going on to suggest that Reese is not a strong WNBA player and she might find a future away from the court in the adult film industry, receiving heavy criticism from fans. Reese will head into her second season in the WNBA in 2025 after putting in an incredible rookie year with the Chicago Sky, averaging 13.1 rebounds per game, which is the best in league history, doing so in her first year in the league. The 22-year-old was also just 5 rebounds away from securing the most boards in league history in one season.